June. So there's no way of knowing exactly how much of it is that, how much Fed speak in the next week until the blackout window might go against that. And even, by the way, I'm seeing some commentary about the consumer confidence report just now that the employment read was soft. And so that might change the calculus for all of it. So it leaves us at the top end of the range for the S&P 500, reliant on a relatively narrow group of stocks that are really partying and feeding off of this excitement that doesn't have enough places to go.
The AI excitement,
outside of NVIDIA, yeah.
What about, I mean, it does bring you back to some extent 25 years ago to the internet craze, or even more than that at this point.
Exactly.
And people, obviously for proper reasons, being excited about what that would bring. But that spread wide and far. You don't see that happen.
That's the thing. So if it's a real bubble, it's not there yet. If it's just kind of this eruption of temporary enthusiasm, we're repricing NVIDIA for this massive, buying panic by their customers, which is really what it seems to be, then it's different. If you're not seeing IPOs, if you're not seeing basically everybody hit the market's willingness to buy this stuff, it sort of feels like, it might have gone too far in the short term, but it doesn't yet merit the comparison to what we had. By the way, Intel hit a $500 billion market cap in the year 2000, 23 years ago, in a much, much smaller market.
Cisco also was over
way less than half as big as
Cisco was also over half a trillion at one point, and has never seen anything close to that.
My point is $1 trillion today is less than $500 billion then.
Got it.
Yeah.
Always good for the historic perspective, Mike. Yeah. Thank you. As we had to break, our roadmap for you for the rest of the hour. Exactly 2 weeks until the next Fed meeting on rates. Why a pause, as we've been discussing, maybe in peril.
Plus, don't know if you heard, but NVIDIA's topped $1 trillion on market cap. That would be the first time ever for that company. We got a lot of commentary out, of course, on AI overall. And what we just discussed with Mike, are we in bubble territory of any kind? We'll question that.
Also, the health of housing, home prices rising, and so are mortgage rates. Redfin CEO will join us with his pulse on the market as we did hit highs for the year, settling back just a touch, still 42.15.
Microsoft already had its pullback this morning. Looking forward to catch itself. Actually, right around here is where it should catch itself. This is actually a great time though.
Everyone, parents, seniors,
this is the
and
support
most
level.
disturbingly, you
Should not drop below 331. Too far below that.
Their skills are developing.
Shouldn't go too far below 331. SPY. We should be able to get a nice little recovery.
My understanding of our mutual adversary.
Let's see how they open here.
Come on, you gotta stick around and catch this fire.
Yeah, I'm not gonna look for too much. Even if we get 422 back, I'll be good.
And leave you bubbling with joy.
I'll take 422 back.
It keeps coming
I'll put a lot
till
of
you
speakers.
say when. Olive Garden. We're all family here.
G Money, what's going on?
Market's going up, bro. Remember I told you, bro, we ain't seen that $3.3 anymore, bro. I told you that a while back. I said, man, this shit about to take off. A couple deals, that debt ceiling was raised. We off from here, man. NVIDIA about to carry everybody.
NVIDIA is carrying the market right now.
Kia. Movement that inspires.
NVIDIA's kind of like the Miami Heat of the stock market.
No, it's not.
It's kind of like the Miami Heat of the stock market. I'm gonna let you know right now, but everybody else is smart when they talk shit to you, right?
Y'all niggas, I don't know how y'all could talk shit when, I don't know how you could talk shit when you guys were up 3-0. Y'all were up 3-0. Y'all have no right to talk shit. You guys were shaking in your boots. Y'all was shaking in your boots over there. Y'all were up 3-0. Ain't, there's no way that they were supposed to come back in that series, make it a 7-game series. I would have been highly disappointed. No, they're not. No, they're not. You know what you guys are like? You guys are like a penny stock that just happened to be on a good rally right now.
Visit reputationdefender.com or call 1-877-866-8555 for your free consultation. I was paying for
Y'all like Marvell. Y'all just popped up out of nowhere. Nobody really heard of y'all. Y'all had a nice little earnings report. Y'all had one nice good earnings report. People started buying in. And that's it. You know, y'all gonna ride the wave.
Welcome back to Squawk on the Street. We're exactly 2 weeks away from the next Fed meeting. Of course, we've been talking about whether or not the Fed rates by as much as 25 basis points. The stakes have been
Oh
raised.
yeah, I'm in calls right now, y'all. I jumped in calls when we touched 420 support.
Got more for us. Those percentages keep going up, Steve.
Yeah, and they're
I'm thinking about getting out if we touch if we get to 423, I'm out.
They could have stayed the Fed hands from
Oh, you swung one from last week, you said? Okay.
Stayed the Fed's hands, but an agreement appears to be more likely. And the deal, importantly, perhaps less negative for the economy. JP Morgan estimating that the debt ceiling deal would save about 0.
You swung one through the holiday weekend. You a risky man.
Less than they had estimated, and much less than you can see.
Swinging through the holiday.
7% subtraction from the 2011 debt deal. For another reason, the banking turmoil might have stayed the Fed's twitchy rate hike in hand, but the latest Fed data shows domestic bank loans and deposits, they're actually up a bit in the past week. Deposits still down from before Silicon Valley Bank failed, but loans are higher, and there doesn't look to be a massive credit pullback that's going to hobble the economy, at least not yet.
For, who's that for? Clean Spark though, right?
That combines with Friday's still
Morning, Tim. I said that was on Clean Spark, right?
putting the rate hike back on the table in those percentages David was talking about. Futures
Nah, I ain't even watching GVO like that.
Of a rate hike in June, and it's mostly priced in through July. You can see now the big deal.
Where's their stock price? They still at near $1?
Estimated by the market just 14 basis points below the Fed officials' own median forecast. It had been as much as 100 basis points.
GVO's at $1.25 right now, man. They broke above my level of $1.22, so that's a good sign.
Strong, 188,000 jobs. So
I ain't touching GVO.
only one inflation report, guys, standing in the
Nah. Yeah, I see the news. I see the new article right there. I see it.
And here we go again.
25 million is not too crazy, but I guess for a company that size, it's pretty big. Yeah, for a company that size, I was gonna say.
Joining us is Yardeni Research President Ed Yardeni. So Ed, the market is
I ain't looking at GVO till they get back over $2. GVO got to get back over $2 for me to start looking at them again. They're not sexy enough right now. They got to get a BBL first.
What do you make of that?
Well, I think the market has been remarkably
Yeah.
resilient, mostly because the economy has been remarkably resilient. My thesis here is that the pandemic was a big shock to all of us.
I need GVO to go see Dr. Miami real quick. When it comes back, then I might consider getting in there. But right now, $1.26, nah, it's too low.
So it was a big shock, and now that the pandemic is basically over,
Unless I was,
waves from it, and yet there's some very substantial
yeah,
challenges.
unless I was trying to get it at its low, I wouldn't get it right here. Like $1.22 is a level I got for it, and then 99 cents is a level. Right now, I'm keeping a close eye on the SPY. About to cross over up to the green.
I remember a few weeks ago where you did
You jumped into the calls too?
you pretty nervous. Has that gone away?
Yeah. No, it hasn't gone away. Yeah,
Oh, my man Tim going all in. He said, I'm putting all the chips in today. SPY, AMD, and Microsoft calls you got, huh? Okay, let's look at AMD. I'm not sure. I know Microsoft was pulled back heavy. If you caught them after the pullback, you waited till the bottom of that pullback?
I think the Fed has got to be pretty close to done. I think that the banking
AMD dropped right onto my support at 124.73. Yeah, that was a good time to buy. It could bounce back up off that level. SPY, I was looking for this bounce. Now I want to see if it breaks the high of the day, which is 422.58. We get over that, then it could be a bullish day. If not, we could just be making a lower high. So I want to be careful that we're not making a lower high and then we're going to keep pushing down.
Shock absorbers, are you talking about fiscal policy? Just the enormous stimulus we've had, the legislation around infrastructure and that sort of thing? Because what I hear is that
Yeah, I'm looking at like
definitely works against the
422.58 is the high of the day.
but the excess savings
So
do wear out by the end of the year.
you can see some heavy resistance at that level.
Still a tremendous amount of liquidity in the system.
King Reach, what's going on, man? I ain't see you around. How you doing, man? Been a minute.
Above its
Who's this? John Trader guy? Welcome to the room, man. Anthony, welcome to the room. Welcome. Thank y'all for joining. Feel free to come up and speak if you want.
But meanwhile, the
Ask
labor market
questions.
continues to generate jobs.
If you're new to trading, experienced trader, whatever.
Faster than prices.
I want to know what you know.
Important shock
Yeah, I don't like this top wick, but it's early, so.
So I know what we're doing. And I'm still working for a living, but a lot of my friends are
I really don't like this top wick right now.
They're getting pension benefits, they're getting 401k payouts, they're getting Social Security, and they got a lot of time to spend the money on early.
That's what I meant by higher, a lower high.
And they're traveling a lot. I know that from what friends are doing.
Not to mention a lot of home equity.
Yeah, I know Microsoft was pulling back heavy this morning.
Inflation is moderating pretty fast.
I was like, you got to catch support around like 331. It should catch support.
Absolutely. We have, as you know, we've got these monthly coincident indicators of rent that are showing what.
So it just has to hold here.
And that inflation rate's coming down substantially, and that really is a good leading
Damn.
indicator for the registers in the CPI and in the PCED. So I think that's coming
Drop
down.
my phone.
I think durable goods inflation is going to be zero for the foreseeable future. So I think we need to see some moderation in other
The
services.
volume on this candlestick has gotten crazy.
So are you a buyer of cyclical stocks? They haven't acted well, Ed, even though we haven't had the recession yet.
Well, you know, my roaring 2020s thesis certainly has come back strongly with this AI development. And I think we're just in the early phases of...
Right, that's what I was looking at. I was looking at people getting ready to take profit today. That's what I was expecting to play a put on open. I wanted to play puts, but I was like, I didn't want to get into a put until it could close below that 420 level, you know? I wasn't sure if it was going to close below that or not. And it didn't close below it, so I'm thinking like, okay, we're going to rebound, bounce from here. Which we should be able to do. It just has to...
All companies are technology companies. If you're not using technology to increase your...
Yeah, it was good. That came out stronger than expected. So that's another reason why I thought we would bounce from right here.
Appreciate it.
Still ahead this morning.
This high wick is crazy though. This amount of volume coming in on this candlestick is wild.
First time in 3 years. We'll get the latest from the ground over there as the stock above the 200-day for the first time since September.
Yeah, that volume. On the 30-minute, he's still in negative trend. I want to see the 30-minute reverse going to the upside. When I see that, I'll have more confidence. But as long as we hold above 420.63, we can't break down below there. So I have to get out and take this L for the day. I might transfer in the puts below 420.63. But I will have to see a hold below there. But I think about it now, there's a lot of the 10 o'clock sellers coming into the market, so you got profit taking again, you know, for people who just got into the market.
Of going to a physical office or a location to see a therapist. If I'm a client and I'm looking for help, sometimes it feels like something we should be ashamed of, or we shouldn't want others to know.
So I'm looking.
Because it reduces the barriers for people getting
Nvidia, nah, I stopped watching Nvidia after they made me all that money. I was good on them. I know they was gonna go over 400. I knew that was coming. Oh, they had 409. Sheesh. They had 409. That's crazy. I knew they was gonna take off the 400. Oh, look at son. Yo, son, you can't be swinging calls and be asleep, man. You can't swing calls and be asleep. I don't want to hear that. Yes. Yeah, see.
Opportunity doesn't just knock at your door. It's a hands-on.
Can't swing and sleep in.
You work for it.
Hope she sold it now.
Getting your hands dirty isn't a risk. It's the reward.
She need to sell that right now.
Symbols of success. Sacrifice. Feed your passion. Your future.
Oh, she good. Oh, she got back into Nvidia. She would not want to let Nvidia go. I feel you. Them chip stocks is killing.
Is it possible to survey foot traffic across all of our locations?
With Wi-Fi analytics, easy. Order for Nina.
Oh, so she got only one contract. Really? That one contract went up like that from what? Where were they at? Where did she buy them at then? What price did she get in?
With the advanced connectivity and intelligence of global security.
Yeah, I know, but I'm seeing like, I guess, because it closed at like 390 and opened at 400, 418. Okay, so that's like a 5% move. Yeah, that's a decent move.
Join Jim Cramer and the CNBC Investing Club. Scan this code or go to cnbc.com/
I need the SPY to get it together right here. Cause it's looking like a lower high, bro. I don't like it.
Elon Musk arriving in China this morning. It's his first trip to
Double
that
topped
country
on the
in
5 minute.
Let's go over to Eunice Yoon and get more on this trip.
Here we go with
She
this
joins us from
bullshit.
Beijing.
I knew
Eunice.
it. I knew it was about to start breaking down.
Thanks so much, David. Well, Elon Musk's private plane was
There we
spotted here in
go.
Beijing today. He met with the foreign minister, and the expectation is that he's going to meet with the Chinese premier and then head to Shanghai, where he would
There's so much
oversee
negative volume
the
coming in the market
factory
right
there
now. That's what
for
it
the
is.
company. Now,
That
upon
last
his
candlestick
arrival,
showed me. I'm like,
Musk
where
had
all that
very
negative
positive
volume
things
come
about
from? But
China and Tesla's relationship.
it's at this 421 level, bro.
Ministry, which published his comments. They said that he said that China's development achievements were natural, that he, like Beijing, opposes decoupling and breaking chains, and that he's willing
I
to
don't know if it's
expand
gonna
in
bounce.
China and share China's opportunities. Now, his remarks were met with equal enthusiasm from China's government about Tesla. They said Tesla shows that China's commitment to international business climate is very strong. And then the minister used Tesla as an analogy on U.S.-China relations, saying that Tesla is needed to
Yeah,
avoid
Microsoft and
a
Apple. I'm just seeing if
dangerous
Apple breaking
driving,
down
and
too. If
also
one of
that
those two ain't breaking down with it, then we could potentially pull back up. Like,
mutually beneficial cooperation.
nah,
Now,
it's,
Musk is the only American CEO
if we don't close
who
below
happens to be in
420,
China this week. JP
420.50
Morgan's Jamie Dimon is also
on the 15 minute, I'm gonna hold
Shanghai
it.
already for an event there that's going to gather about 2,600 bankers as well as clients over the next 2 days.
We
In
closed
fact,
right
just
above
moments
that.
ago, Shanghai's government
Now let's see what this candlestick do, if it's gonna bounce or if it's gonna keep pulling down. I'm looking at the 5 minute. The 5 minute went back into weakness. It was coming into strength, like it was going to cross it upside, but then didn't. Smart money is selling right now on the 5 minute.
There in the development of Shanghai as a financial center, guys.
Yeah, Eunice is David, and Tim Cook was there not that long ago as well. Specific to Musk.
Yeah, smart money's been pretty much selling off flat all morning.
Factory they're building as well, I believe. And there are some who say he's made certain commitments to the Chinese government.
Yeah, so smart money's been selling off flat all morning. Dumb money bought in and got that spike going in the middle where we had that little push up we just had. That was pushed by dumb money. I need a smart money push. I don't like dumb money pushes. I like smart money when they come in and start pushing. Smart money's starting to buy a little bit right here. I'm telling you, this 420.63 level, I got in as a level. I have it as a level, so something's going to happen right here. You know, we touched it 1, 2, 3 times. We already touched it 3 times.
Tim Cook, I think what's interesting is that when Tim Cook came and when a lot of other American CEOs came here, they were very much under the radar, or when they did speak publicly, they tried to not really take any sides or sound overtly pro-Beijing. Elon Musk taking a bit of a different task, obviously much more pro-Beijing than a lot of the others.
Let's see what Tesla's doing right now.
Wonder then what that could potentially mean for him back in D.C. since from the conversations I've been
Tesla
having
at 200. Tesla's going to face resistance at 204.
about the impression they could leave
But they could push up to 204. They like they're getting some strength back underneath them.
to Beijing in this market.
Yeah, I mean, how about Jamie Dimon?
I was thinking about
hosting a
dollar
banking
cost
conference
averaging
there?
in on this call.
It's not something we hear about that often.
Yeah.
It's such a tricky dance. So is it Eunice that the attitude of the Chinese government, are they welcoming of these American CEOs? Is the feeling that as long as you're not in a strategic
Let me
industry
see
like
something real
semiconductors,
quick.
you're good?
Well, I think they say that they are open and that they are committed to a very welcoming environment for international companies. I think you hit the nail on the head when you said that if it's an industry that
I told you I added Tesla to the long-term portfolio, right?
foreign help is going to get China there.
Said, well, I knew I had to catch them underneath 200. I said, let me catch them underneath 200 while they're here.
All of this is that there's been a lot of uncertainty here within the international business community.
All right, I'm going to get a SPY 2-day contract. I'm going to add a call in right here. I'm going to get something with a different volatility behind it, because the other one I got is a 1-day, so I'm going to get one with a little less volatility on it.
Regulation that's going to be coming into place in July, and a lot
It's
of
short week, I
questions
know.
about the kind of vague wording about what is considered a spy, because it looks like right now that really any type of information gathering is being scrutinized.
I grabbed some calls, some 423 calls. Like I said, I'm just looking for, I'm honestly looking, now I want to see if we get above our previous lower high at 421.60, because that's where we just topped out at before. I just don't want to see us keep making lower highs. Like, we got to break one of these highs, these previous highs. Like, we got to break 421.67. And then we will have to break 422.50. If not, then I think we're going to keep pushing down. And I have to sell out these calls. But I'm going to look to hold as long as we hold above 420.50. I'm going to hold into these calls, hold strong. Hopefully they don't chop us sideways to death all day. Man, that is the worst. Give me some kind of movement to work with. With the contracts? Oh, they better take them profits. You know me, you get up 25% on the contract. It's time to sell. Hey, son, I know you better have sold that contract. You better not still be holding NVIDIA after you up 400%. There's no reason to be holding that contract. That's how I know. Yeah, you roll over and you press the sell button. That's what you do. When you see your contract up 400%, you roll over, you press sell. There's nothing to think about there. Let's see. Let's look at the heat map. Let me look what the heat map is looking like. The heat map is looking Google red, Microsoft red, Apple in the green, Amazon green, NVIDIA green. We need Microsoft and Google to turn around. If Microsoft and Google turn around, I can pick the market back up, along with Eli Lilly and.
So now's your chance to try Lilly Whole Body Deodorant with 72 hours of odor control.
It's that time of the year to declutter your life, and that includes your finances. Like Rocket Money finds and gets rid of.
Yeah, well, we need Google to go along with it too.
Back in control of your money. Download Rocket Money and clean up your finances.
And companies like UNH, big holdings inside of SPY. So you gotta watch those companies too. Yeah, I'm looking for UNH to take off.
Welcome back to Squawk on the Street.
I'm looking for them to take off. UNH pushed up heavy this morning. They pushed up heavy this morning.
This morning in what appeared to be the first attack on residential areas of the Russian capital since.
Oh, I thought it said somebody. Yo. I thought it said Costco was hit by drones. It said, okay, I said Moscow was hit by drones. I said, yo, we getting drone attacked? Yo, I don't care about trading anymore. If we was getting drone attacked, that changes everything.
For a meeting between the country's defense chiefs. The Pentagon suggested the meeting take place during a security forum in Singapore in June.
China rejected the U.S.'s request for a meeting of defense chiefs. China does not flex with us. China said we're not even trying to have any kind of negotiation or anything with y'all. China launched a new crew into space.
The spacecraft is headed to China's space station to relieve a crew which has been living there since November. China has been ramping up efforts in space exploration lately and aims to send a crewed mission to the moon.
Nah, yeah. I mean, yeah, I had my calls already. I added them.
Meaning to the moon, Carl.
I added them.
Wants to do it.
Right, literal.
Thanks, Bertha.
We just need to hold this support, man.
Hit that $1 trillion market cap mark this morning for the first time ever. The AI boom fueling more than $4 trillion in gains for tech stocks this year. That's according to Refinitiv data. Our next guest compares it to crypto and the metaverse, saying companies are more concerned about building market value.
I'm just following my numbers, man. We go below 419.60, we gotta sell. Simple as that. I can't wait for another. Like, if it doesn't bounce off of this 420.63 level, then we probably gonna keep pushing down more.
Today's things that they're calling AI, particularly the generative AIs, like what OpenAI makes.
UNH is pushing down right now.
These are literally just BS generators. They have
Apple's pushing down right now.
Content in them, and the results are incredibly unreliable. And the notion that we're going to apply this access to things like search, it's going to result in just one bad outcome after another.
What you're saying reminds me of what the B of A desk said last week.
I like that C3 AI company. That's been doing good too.
And the guidance and the actual dollars being
I've been
marked
watching
as a result
them.
of all of this made them believe that the market's going to sniff out any
C3
kind of
AI.
phony association.
Oh, you got a
with
contract
AI
on them?
that you can put it next to your name, but it's not going to. The market's not going to reward you necessarily the way it has NVIDIA. You disagree?
Well, the key thing with NVIDIA is every time you make a large language model, you spend something like $500 million on NVIDIA chips.
Yeah,
That's
C3
real
AI
money.
is pushing right now.
The trick
You look at
here
the
is
candlestick
the guys
they
at
on.
OpenAI are trying to create the illusion that what they're doing is inevitable.
They got earnings this? Oh,
And
they
yet
do
there
have
is
earnings.
no obvious business model. There's no way to monetize this other than with surveillance.
They're giving us another AI
And we
play.
know from social media how much harm
Oh, appreciate y'all. C3 is gonna beat.
trying to create the sense of inevitability.
They're gonna
And
beat.
the reality of the marketplace saying, wait a minute, guys, interest rates are now 5%. $500 million in parts just
And
to
how
do
much were they? You
each
said
training set
200?
that you do, plus the labor, plus if you do this properly, whatever the costs are of curating the data, that's too high in a 5%.
They beat their earnings by a lot every time.
Businesses with no obvious business model.
But isn't the business model
The
isn't going to change?
AI hype.
everything?
Well, they're about to
I know there's a
smack
lot of
this
dangers and
earnings.
a lot of
Oh
worries
yeah,
about
that's the
AI,
play of
but
the
that
week.
it's going to make everything more productive and more efficient
That's
and lead
my
to all this technological innovation and the way that the internet did.
C3 AI looks like the play for this week, bro.
Well, that's what they want you to believe, but there's literally no evidence that today's technology can do that. I mean, the search engine results.
Hey, that's what I said. We either gonna hold this or we're gonna break. And if we break, we get out. If we hold, this is the perfect time to dollar cost averaging right at the bottom of the
You know, you
support.
see these stories. I mean, there was the story last week about the
You have to do that with Google too.
I'm not
Oh yeah,
disputing
let me
that,
look at
but
these
I'm not saying
C3
that
AI
isn't-
contracts.
that isn't
Let's look at what
progress,
they got
right?
going
When you
on.
have
Their
a thing
ticker
with
symbol is
Google,
literally
Google
AI.
gives
They're gonna
a
just do
long
good for
list
that
of
sake alone.
potential
Because people that
sources.
don't know
This
about
is gonna give
investing,
you one answer
they're gonna look for
that
AI
sounds
as a ticker symbol to invest
and
in
yet
AI.
it has what they like to call hallucinations, which are basically just nonsense, made up things. And
That's what I'm
the
about to
point here
look
is
at.
they
Oh,
could
I'll
do
see. Let me see.
really great work. AI has enormous potential. The trick here is you need to change the incentives.
Listen,
you
I
need
dealt with
everything to operate.
Costco
where
spreads,
the,
man.
The executives who are
Costco
leading
spreads
these
are just as bad as these.
have an incentive to protect the people who use
But
it.
I should
to
have held
ensure
them to
that the
Costco because I
content
got out of
produces
Costco
accurate
because of how the
results.
spreads, how
And
bad the spreads were
none of
looking.
those
But that thing
things
kept
exist
pushing.
today. And until it
I was like,
does,
damn, I should have stayed
until you
in.
see those things driving the industry, the products that they make are going to.
Yeah, I was like, damn, I should have stayed in Costco. Let me see something.
Told them niggas coordinate. Yeah, you hear? Coordinate.
Let's
Right.
see.
Boss talk.
427 in. Alright, we holding. We can push right here. Just give us a little reversal push right here. Come on, Spy. Let me look at the 30 minute. The 30 minutes still in weakness. The hourly is down to the hourly to bounce right here. The daily is in strength and the weekly is in strength. So we need that strength to kick in. That daily and weekly strength to kick in. Honestly, 424 is good for me. I really got 424.60. Yeah, I got 424 as a resistance level for SPY. So yeah, dog, we could hit that joint. Look at what happened Friday, bro. Look how much we went on Friday. Friday went from 415 to 420. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at 424. I just need to see a reversal on this 15-minute MACD. I want to see it start pushing up and stop looking red. But it's slowing down on this downward push. So the momentum to the downside is slowing down. Let's go through my companies over here. Let's see what's happening in the markets. We need 422 to break. We needed to break 422, bro. Just resist heavy at 422. Got heavy resistance because we haven't been in these levels in over a year. And this above 420, we haven't been above 420 in like a year, over a year. So that 424 resistance I got is from over a year ago. I'm just gonna be patient and wait. I'm gonna wait and read the story the market tells me. I ain't gonna try to get too ahead of myself yet. Microsoft was down too. Now Apple's down. Now Apple wanna go down. Apple could catch support at 176.15, so could pull back another dollar before catching support. God damn, Apple. And Microsoft is pulling up now. Oh, yeah, this is crazy. Google's getting closer to the green as well. Google's pushing up a little bit, looks like. Let's look this up real quick. Let me look up. I had this. Palantir took off. You said Palantir? Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and Nvidia, and Google, the top holdings of the SPY. Look at Amazon. What's Amazon doing? Yeah, Amazon is pulling back up. Yeah, I see. Google's starting to break back to the upside. Yeah, the market should get ready to push back up with all these major holdings reversing. It's just Apple. And of course, Apple's the largest holding. Berkshire Hathaway, Meta. I didn't know Meta was that heavy of a holding into the S&P. Meta and then Tesla. Just over 1%. Meta could push up from here. Meta could go up to 270. Yeah, the 5-minute leg is trying to push up to the upside. If you look at the 5-minute chart. Momentum on the 5-minute. Smart money is just selling. That's what's causing this stall out right here. They're not buying. Smart money don't want to buy at this level. That's why. I know they don't. The low of the day is 4/20/19. We cannot break the low of the day. All go up. It's Apple, man. Apple could get a little reversal. Let's look at the news. The dollar pushed up higher. Analysts think that Bitcoin will break 45,000 due to rising gold prices. Ulta Beauty stock drops 13%. They missed on profits and thinner margin forecast. Yeah. Yeah, they missed. Okay. Let's look at gold. What's gold at right now? Gold we sitting at $19.50 an ounce, close to the 52-week high. Nvidia's about to be worth $1 trillion. Oh, they touched it? They touched $1 trillion? To reach $1 trillion. Charge point went up 11% today. People getting ready to people trying to start investing in those charging stations. EV charging station. Charge point is one. I got charge point on my watch list. Elon is their CEO. They have a lot of capability to do software updates to their cars. So he was just saying in his interview that when they, figure out the automated driving and the car's able to drive themselves, he's gonna be able to update that feature into all Teslas. So you could have bought a car for $30,000, because the Tesla prices are coming down because he's trying to flood the market with Tesla. So when you look out, you see nothing but a bunch of Teslas on the road. So he's trying to flood the market with Tesla. He's not really worried about profiting on the car sales. He's looking more so to flood the market. And I think there's going to be secondary sales that come along with the car that he's looking to take advantage of. And he just wants to have dominant market share of EVs. And then over time, you raise the prices when you get, when you have that market share control. So I see what he's trying to do. It's like a hustler. It's like a hustler coming to the block, right? And it's like, all right, I'm going to compete with you, right? I'm going to take over the block. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to flood the street with my product. And I'm going to do it at a low price. I just want to get everybody used to having my product. I don't care if I'm not making a lot of money on it. Now once I get the clientele and everybody's used to coming to me and they feel like I'm the main source and main option, now I can creep my prices back up. So Elon is definitely doing a hustler play right here. Okay, here's the bounce. Now we needed to go above 422. That 15 is finally starting to show lightness on the way back up. I love it. I love it. I love it. Where are we at with SPY right now? That's the only trade I'm taking today. My SPY calls is down 3% right now. I need 422. Recovery bounce taking place right here. Microsoft could get, oh yeah, it can make a lower high, so be careful. I like the price action on Google right now. I got some Google calls. Man, I got Google. I just jumped in Google calls. Let me alert the Discord. Google. These 127 calls. Google $127 calls. We're gonna look for take profit. We could take profit at 126.30. Take profit at 126.30. Stop loss. And we're gonna say stop loss will be at the low of the day, 122.80. Let's see. What happened? So I bought a whole lot more smartphones. Yeah, I think a push is about to happen, bro. I think we about to. How many contracts you got, Tim? You got like 10 contracts, bro? What you doing over there, man? Maybe. Hey, I figure 10 is a magical number when it comes to buying into heavy contract positions. If you get more than 10 contracts, you on a whole nother level now. You get more than 10 contracts, you doing a head first dive. Let's see what they're talking about. That's what I'm saying, but that's what I think is going to start taking off soon. Where is, oh, here we go. Let's see what they're talking about on CNBC. NASDAQ coming off its 5th positive week in a row. NASDAQ has had 5 positive weeks in a row. That shows a reversal in the market to me. When you're talking about on a weekly, when you have 5 strong weeks, that shows a reversal. That's going to have an impact on even the monthly chart. So that's why I think macro, we're about to have a big push. They keep trying to talk this recession into our ears. I'm not hearing it no more, man. Y'all not convincing me. Y'all not selling me. Y'all tried to sell that recession for a long time now. The recession happened already. We had that pullback.
So everything comes fresh and all the ingredients are pre-measured.
Okay, let's close this out. Let's see what's happening on Twitter. Let's see, any hot news hitting the streets right now? Let's see. What's going on, man? How you feeling? It is a beautiful Monday to try to make some money, man. it's Tuesday. Who said? What happened? Oh, y'all saying Monday? It definitely is Tuesday. Oh God. We got this big ass Caleb zone sitting over us. We got this big ass Caleb zone sitting over us. That's what we keep bouncing off of. When we try and when we pushing up, it won't push above that Caleb zone. And the Caleb zone, yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Caleb zone start at 421.30, and the SPY is not trying to push back above 421.30 right now. Like, it keeps pushing up, bouncing off of 420. As soon as it gets up to 421, up, reversing. I needed to get to 422. We really needed to break above 422.30 so we get out this damn Caleb zone range. But if not, we could pull back down to, like where I said, right around 420. If we can't hold 420, I gotta get out this trade. But I do not want to get caught in no sideways day where it just goes between 421, 420, 421, 420. Like, I hate those kind of trading days. Damn, I probably shouldn't have traded today. I normally don't trade Fridays and Mondays, and today is like a Monday. I could tell by the price action. It's trading like a damn Monday. So I hate trading Mondays. Oh, I got Google. Google's pushing for me. Let's go. Nah, if everything else keep pushing, them shits is part of the SPY. The SPY need to join the party. Hey. That's it. Don't argue with the market. Just go with what it do. Just follow what it's doing. I learned about that. I'm looking at the 30. I need the 30 minute to get out of this negative, and I need the hourly to come out of this negative that it's in. The 4 hour is in a little weakness right now. If the 4 hour pushes back up to this 421.30 level, we should get back into strength. But the 4 hour and the hourly and the 30 minutes showing weakness. That's it. We lining up a play for tomorrow. We lining up an earnings play for this week, man. Another AI earnings play for this week. The ticker symbol is AI. Yeah, AI. Look up AI. It's the ticker symbol. Oh, no, I didn't hear about them. A3, I didn't hear that one. Yeah, that's the, yeah, that's the, yeah, that's it. That's the one we talking about. I heard about Mullen. I used to trade Mullen a long time. Yo, Mullen. Mullen is when I was trading in the trenches, boy. That's when I was doing anything. I would trade anything. You throw me a penny stock. If I looked at it and it sounded like a good contract or a good company, I was trading it, man. Had to tighten up that frame, man.
Against it?
Well, I think that one of the most surprising no's that I've seen this morning is Nancy Mace, a moderate from South Carolina. She said that the bill essentially sells.
They didn't pass the debt ceiling deal yet. It's not passed yet. So I think once that news drops, when it officially passes, that's when the market's going to push heavier.
To be a quiet yes. You know, many of the yeses are not.
Let's go. I like this green candlestick I'm seeing right here from you, Spy. There you go. Get your weight up, Spy.
Was designed to make both parties.
I did buy another contract. I'm not going to lie.
The more extreme wings of each party angry. But certainly there have been some that have been surprising, and I think as we see Congress back in session today and reporters on the Hill with
0 days.
in their faces, we could see more of that.
Man.
Although there is still a very,
It's a little too choppy today for me to do a 0 day. I gotta start grabbing them 2 days or 1 day contracts at least. The 0 day should be like the last contract y'all look at.
Kayla, gonna be a busy week, even though it's a shortened one. Kayla tells you this morning in Washington. Of course, even if a bill is signed by the 11th hour, that doesn't take a credit downgrade off the table.
That volatility on it is too much.
As you may know by now,
do at least a 1 day. Do at least a 1 day.
Joining us this morning, one of the key figures behind that downgrade.
The 1 day you still gonna make good money, but you just don't have so much of a risk.
Thank you, Carl. That's been said a lot lately.
Especially if it goes sideways like the SPY doing right now, like how the SPY is doing right now. It's like this sideways. The unit 0 day, you're gonna be getting killed.
First of all, I would say that the fact that we had this debate and we're still 1 week out and we haven't passed a bill yet, and if we don't pass a bill, we might default, validates Standard & Poor's decision in 2011 to lower the rating. It's simply not consistent to have a AAA rating and a prospect in a week that it's going to run out of cash and not pay its debt. So on that front, I think Standard & Poor's having a AA+ rating on the U.S. is entirely warranted.
You feel vindicated by that call back then?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not. That's what 0 days are like. If the move is already happening and you're catching it and you're catching it something in the middle of a move, you grab the 0 day and just ride it out for like 5 minutes that is happening and then get out. Like that's what 0 days are more so for. If you're not sure exactly when the move is about to be made or if the move's going, then I'm not touching no 0 day.
You've got Standard & Poor's at AA+, Moody's at AAA with a stable outlook. So they're indicating that
when that trend is already established and you see it's confirmed, then 0 day makes sense. But if we're waiting to see what the trend is going to be, then
that they might cut the rating like we did in 2011,
even with a deal signed.
Even with the deal signed,
and that would ostensibly be because
we all right today. This Caleb zone is huge, bro. It's a huge Caleb zone.
Two major problems. One is the fractiousness of the political environment. The fact that we had a coup d'etat, a failed coup d'etat 2 years ago, certainly would be an indication of that. And the second
I think we should be good there too. I just don't want the volume to stall out going into lunchtime hours.
The debt burden, the amount of government debt as a share of economic output is going to continue to rise. And although that in itself is not a problem now, you need a
we had our first positive volume candlestick.
Because otherwise you're going to use up your ammunition when you do enter into a recession or you have some sort of major problem to face like a war or something like that. You want to have some dry powder ready for eventualities.
I'll just play the other side, John.
Yeah.
Over the years with you on this, and that is, both the politics, which agree, it's
Nvidia caught up to SPY. That's crazy.
We end up reaching a deal, and
Nvidia chased down the SPY.
The long-term debt trajectory. Neither of that changes the creditworthiness of U.S. government debt right now, does it?
Well, debt, your capacity to pay debt is in part in function of how much debt you have outstanding. The more debt you have outstanding, the more difficulty you might have rolling it over. The more difficulty you might have in servicing it.
500? Yeah, I can see that happening as the hype continues to push. There you go, Apple. Push up. Push back up, Apple. Get back up there. Apple's starting to show us reversal now, finally. So now the SPY. Now I'm confident the SPY should be able to push in through this Caleb zone as Apple comes up with this support push.
Default swaps for the U.S. trade worse than a dozen other nations.
But that should come down. That should narrow now, right, after the deal, and if it gets passed.
It'll narrow, but it won't be eliminated. I think
You do, man. You trading the shares, man. You work for them. You giving them your money. You don't hold them long term.
Its debt for a risk premium, and when you have a stock of debt of $31 trillion, a few basis points is a lot of money.
Where do you think the debt needs to go on a dollar basis to start talking about more stabilization in ratings over the long term?
Well, ratings or no ratings, what you want to have is a stable debt to GDP, and to get that, generally, depending on other factors, but generally you need to have your budget in balance before interest payments. So you're looking at a deficit of 2 or 3% of GDP as opposed to the 6 or 7% of GDP that we have now.
And in your view, would that require us to address spending outside of non-defense discretionary?
It's going to require not only...
Spiders, oh my god. I want to get out of SPY. SPY is like, what is taking it so long to push? It's not even a crazy push. Like, bro, go to 422 at least. All these companies are pushing around you. Like, everything that was red is now gray or green, and the SPY just still sitting at the same exact price it was at 10 o'clock.
John, what's it been like being the guy that downgraded the U.S. AAA rated debt? I read an article that you had to hire security because you had debt.
Like I said, I keep a close eye on volume, and volume is showing me that when the overall volume is lower right now on this candlestick, but it has net positive volume. So 1, 2, 3. These last 3 candlesticks have no body on them, just wicks. So it shows you indecisiveness. None of these last 3 candlesticks have any body. They're literally just entirely just a wick. So I need a candlestick with some green body on it, and that'll show me that the reversal is coming in now. It needs to close with some body on it, like shit. 11:11. We close this candlestick in 4 minutes. Let's see how we look. Looking at the 5 and the 3 minute. The 3 minute like it's trying to break back down.
It'll take better data to unlock discoveries and transforming research from target to cure. It'll take a spectrum of solutions that help scientists get the answers they need. The world's greatest health challenges aren't letting up. And
like I said, downside volume compared to upside volume, the gap has been closing drastically. So even if you look at the 30 minute and look at the volume difference on the 30 minutes from open till now, started off at negative 237, then it was negative 330,000, then it was negative 13,000, and now we're at positive 57,000. So it's like the buyers are coming in, it's just they're not coming in heavy enough right now to cause a reversal because we had so much volume on those push downs. Like that first candlestick this morning had 980,000 sales on it. Almost 1 million sales in one candlestick. All those people was taking profit. That's what it was. I think there's a lot of profit taking around. I think people are looking at the SPY and saying that this is a high that it hasn't been at since. Let me go back to 2021. Let me look at the daily chart. SPY's being hella weird, man. But it's sitting right inside of a Caleb zone. That's why. You already know.
Super fascinated by what's happening in financial markets and what is that telling us about where the world is going. That's what drives me. I love being part of this.
Justin Rose is a major champion, a man with the skills to win.
We haven't been right around these levels since going back to August 2022.
Wherever your tour takes you.
Last time we pushed above this level pretty heavily. And we went up to, we pushed up to 427 before rejecting and coming back down.
Or new customers. Reputation Defender helps clean up your search results, wiping away
But I'm trying to see something because I think we did face some heavy resistance. Let's see what the high was. 419.96 was a heavy resistance. So that's why I said we're still sitting above this at 420. I feel good as long as we stay above 420, but we got to start pushing. Yeah, giving it some time, man. That's what they're trying to do. They're dragging it out.
We heard from Citigroup and Bank of America. Citi lifting U.S. equities to neutral. B of A hiking its earnings target. Today it's RBC raising its year-end S&P target to 4250 from 4100. Let's bring in CNBC senior markets commentator Mike Santoli. A little chasing going on.
Let's see what they're talking about in the crypto market. You ain't messing with the SPX trading no more on the futures? Remember, you said you was about to be done with options, man. I was like, damn, Tim leaving options.
Even with this target raise at RBC, you know, more or less getting it to where the market is trading right now.
Shit.
The median sell side target for the S&P 500, I believe, is still below 4,200, which is where the market is hovering at the moment. So it shows you that we've had this reservoir of skepticism that the market has been able to.
How's that Pepe coin doing?
There's a case being made.
Everybody lose their money yet? Oh shit, they about to get Sheba. They about to get Sheba.
Inflation is still in the system and they're able to keep pricing, or simply because of the mix of companies that are contributing the most to the earnings of the overall index.
Yeah, Mike, I'm thinking back to the B of A note. Savita's report title was "Don't be so negative on corporate America." Yeah. I assume that that points to the adjustments they've made in the way of expenses in the past.
That shit is tanking, bro.
6 to 8 months. But it makes me wonder where we'd be if, in fact, the China recovery had been more robust, or at least as robust as some thought it would be at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, it's definitely a good question, and there's even some downscaling of how excited people are about other parts of the world.
I mean, we were saying it earlier. I was saying that was my main concern, that we were just gonna, if we pull back initially off of open, if we didn't push back above opening price, then I feel like we were just making lower highs. That's what we kept doing, making little lower highs.
2024 earnings, but it does show you that this has been an unusual cycle just because of the level of nominal economic.
And that's what I saw happening.
The credit markets have remained
lower high after lower high after lower high coming in.
A bit, but big companies are not really at the whims of the parts of the financing markets that have been under stress right now. So far, it's kind of a muddle through type scenario, and I think the market in a way reflects that. It's certainly not cheap, but it's way less overvalued if earnings.
I don't know if they just wanted to touch the bottom Caleb zone. I don't know, because I'm sure as hell we not getting no kind of action. As soon as we touch the top one, we bounce right back off of it. So I want to see if the bottom one has that same kind of strength. Fucking calls are down 18% now. I'm about to have to sell. Google's up 1%. The Google calls up 1% right now. Today is trading like a Monday, and I hate it. I forgot today. I mean, I didn't forget. I knew it was the first trading day of the week. It's a short week. I thought it may be something different, but nope. Trading just like the Mondays I hate. Mondays and Fridays. I do not like trading either one of those days.
PCE last week. On the year-on-year basis, we actually moved up to 4.7. So there's a real sense that this inflation is proving sticky.
Is that why you always were at 2 rate hikes? Because you were like way out of consensus when the market was expecting a pause in cuts.
Yeah,
0 day. Google up 6% right now. The Google calls is up. Because Apple started to pull back down. That's why. Like Apple found a lower high.
They could pause now and just
And Just find some resistance. That's what's pushing SPY down.
Going to be a 500 basis points
Google and
of
SPY
tightening,
right
which
now.
is a lot in a very short time period. As we're getting toward the end of the fiscal stimulus, as we're getting toward this massive
423.
issuance of treasury, a lot of still questions. Regional banks, yes, it's abated, but we don't really know what's happening there.
Yeah, a lot of moving parts, like you're going through.
That's why I'm like, yo, we just had 422, I would be good. But now, based on how it's pulling back, I already know how the theta is going to react. On the push up, you're not going to get as much love on the push back up. You just don't. I don't know. I know that always happens like that.
The issue, I think, really comes back to communication. If the Fed doesn't hike in June, even if they say that's a skip, we're not hiking in June, but we may hike again in July.
Right? When you pull back, when you get that push back up, I didn't recover all the way. I got to get higher than I was before to recover what I was at just to break neutral? Like, that's crazy. Especially with the 0 days. The 0 day definitely gonna do that to you. The 1 days we doing it too. You gotta buy your contract far out for that not to be the case.
Whether or not the chair, when he said that tweak to guidance was quote meaningful, if he wishes he could maybe have that back, or maybe not. What do you think?
Yeah, I think what the Fed has been trying to do in all their communications over the last month or so is just keep.
Yeah, this SPY chart is crazy.
Maximal optionality here, like Sarah was talking about. You don't know how.
Yeah, I'm looking at the 5 and the 15. Just looking at this candlestick right here, the volume on it too, 150. It's not even that much volume to the downside for it to push like this. The candlesticks, all the candlesticks earlier had way more volume.
Eventually, the consumer will end up having to face reality. Some argue that might also get pushed back because the job market is so rewarding. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense, and I think we've all been surprised at how powerful that force from excess savings has been. You see consumers that continue to spend out of those excess savings. But now you layer on top of that we've had a very strong jobs market month after month. If you're adding 200,000 jobs a month, that's a slower number than where we were a few months ago, but that's still putting a lot of income into the economy, and that's still driving that consumer spending.
Andrew, we'll see what happens later in the month. Good to have you.
Yep, I got about it here.
As we've been talking about all morning, debt ceiling bill set to work its way through Congress now. Joining us live from the White House to break it down is National Economic Council Deputy Director Bharat Ramamurthy. It's good to have you back on. So, does anyone like this deal? The Republicans are complaining it doesn't go far enough with spending cuts. Democrats are complaining that they caved on work requirements and to other Republican demands. What's your take?
Well, I think it's usually a sign of a good compromise if there are some folks who are a little bit unhappy on each side. But I think ultimately what we have here is a good, fair deal that reflects the realities of the divided government situation that we have. A deal that, number one, takes the possibility of default off the table through 2025 and protects our economy from the possible recession that could have occurred if there was a default. A deal that protects Social Security, protects Medicare, protects Medicaid.
I pivoted right into a put.
Priorities for the president.
My money back.
And number three, all of those signature pieces of legislation that the president passed in his first 2 years in office, the Inflation Reduction Act, the CHIPS bill, the infrastructure package, all of that is protected as well. All those important investments will continue to flow into the economy. So overall, we think that this is a very good deal and something that we would like Congress to pass well in advance of the June 5th deadline.
Does it impact the economy at all?
Well, look, I think overall what you have is a roughly maintaining the level of spending that we had in the last fiscal year.
I look at it like this. Even if it bounces, right, we get a recovery and we go all the way back up to 420, which is going to make a lower high and it's going to push down again. And I'm not sitting through all that. So even if we recover, bounce in the bottom of the candle zone, I don't think we're going to recover and bounce and then break the high of the day. You know what I'm saying? So if we recover, bounce to anywhere, we might recover, bounce back to 421.
Back in the day was part of that S&P downgrade in 2011 who argued that in order to get escape velocity from this...
No, I said we might bounce back to 421 and then start pushing back down again. Like I said, 417.22 on the downside. We closed below 420. We closed the candlestick below 420.63. I can see us pushing down towards that 417.22 range. God damn, it took all the way to 11:23 for the market to make a decision on which way we wanted to go.
$0 in federal corporate income tax. That just went into place last year. So I'm not that negative on the possibility of getting these taxes into place.
I mean, it did put in a put action from this morning, but like I said, I thought that was just a sell-off from over the weekend. People taking profits, but nope. Because we got a good consumer report came in after that. So I thought the good consumer report may help out, but we are at near market highs. So I'm sure a lot of people are taking profits. A lot of people probably taking profits up here.
Well, what the IRS and the Treasury Department are saying is that the nature of how this funding was shifted, because it was shifted.
Okay. If you're doing puts now, I think you could grab a put anywhere it gets close to about 420. If you grab it gets above 420 again, grab a put. Excuse me. Alright, yeah. I think a put is the best play for people here. I'll wait for a little pushback up. Try to catch it above 420, then jump in the put. Look for a 417.60 exit. Excuse me. You can't win them all. You know, you can't win them all. But you gotta stop them losses early. I'm not gonna let this shit just keep sitting there. Old me definitely would have did it. No, maybe we could recover, but now I understand that even if you get the recovery, based on how the option contract works, you need more than just a recovery. You need a bounce, and you need to break above where you got in at originally, all the way up until probably the market opening, like at where we opened at 422.58. We would have to get back up around that range for me to be in profit on those calls I had, unless I was going to keep dollar cost averaging and buying more calls down here, which no, I'm not going to do that. Then you start losing more money. So right now, I will look to do a put down to, like I said, I'm looking to see if I could get a put rocket down to even 418 flat would be a good exit for me at this point. Let me look at Google. I might have to get out these Google calls because Google doesn't like it's pushing anymore either. This may be a temporary pullback candlestick, but let's see. Microsoft. Why is every major company's putting a major red candlestick right now? What just happened at 11:15, 11:20 that they all doing this at the same exact time? Yeah, you see that? Like Apple and Microsoft, same exact time. Boom, right down. Tesla too.
And revisit, I guess what some were calling a threat to Treasury's credibility.
Is there something announced with this debt ceiling?
Is there any reason to think that they were trying to build urgency to help these
Was there any kind of announcement on this debt ceiling?
No,
Is that why the market's pulling back like this?
There's no basis for that claim whatsoever. I know Secretary Yellen diligently was looking at tax receipts and other information, and as soon as she had the information, was updating the Hill on a regular basis from the beginning. She provided a range of possible dates and tried to indicate what the earliest possible date of a default would be, and then as she got more information, provided
I saw something that they reached a deal, they reached a deal, but on TV they still talking about that. They said it reached Congress now, so the debt ceiling deal is at Congress now for them to make a decision.
You have the support of the House Democrats?
So that means it's not completely done yet.
Just over the weekend, we saw a very large group of House
crossing the
Democrats
finish line.
I think it's about 90 members or so come out.
Oh, our debt is ridiculous. I don't even know how. How much you owe? I owe about $45 trillion. Like, what? Who allows you to get into such debt with them and not come check you about their, not come debo you about their money? Mm-hmm. 30-something trillion dollars. That's ridiculous. That's a ridiculous amount of debt to have. Yep. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I said, like, it could push back up, but I just think it's going to keep making lower highs and then pulling back down. Because that's what it did earlier. Earlier, you see that one candlestick, 10:15, it went all the way back up to 422. And then it rejected and came right here all the way back down to 420. So now, I was gonna say, yeah, if you was gonna be exiting right around here, then okay. But if you was looking for anything above 421.30, then you were what? 45% down 45. What, you down 45% now? Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, because that pullback, that bounce up. Mm. But like I said, we would have to get back above that and held it. Yeah, I averaged down earlier, and then it decided to stay sideways right where I averaged down at, and then it pushed down further. So I'm good. Not messing with SPY no more. I'm not messing with SPY anymore today. Let is gonna sit us in this range, 421.50 down to 419. Like, I'm not playing in that range. It's too small. And then what's crazy is that I could do this all day, right? And then at the very end of the day, it'll just push up to 424. Like, that's what it'll do. That's what SPY will do. It's like, oh, you would have had to hold your contract till 350, man. She wanted to catch this move. Well, like I said, my main focus this week is going to be the AI earnings play. I want to play that company. And that's going to be the play of the week. That's going to be my main trade of the week. And it's on Wednesday. That's tomorrow. Tomorrow after close, they report earnings. Okay. Tomorrow after close. HP. Let me look at HP. HPE. No, HPE is HP. Yeah, HPE. Yeah, they do. They are. Last time they had earnings, they beat earnings. It didn't really do much for the price though. HPB earnings, it didn't do much for the price on their last earnings report. That's what had me nervous about Costco, honestly, because Costco had beat earnings before and missed earnings before, and their price didn't really do too much. Even when they beat earnings, they didn't push up that much. But this time around, they pushed up after earnings. Yeah, HPE is, I don't know about playing them. I'm more convinced about the AI company. Oh yeah, get that suit, get that lawsuit, man. Y'all was on the wrong side of the road, not me. Yeah, the hourly MACD did a crossover. The EMAs crossed over this morning to the downside, so that's why we're getting so much negative action. If I saw that, I would probably stick with my puts, because my initial instinct this morning was to jump into puts with SPY. So I'm like, we pushed up so high that we're going to have some kind of pullback. But I was like, maybe we may find support at 420, you know? And the CPI report, the consumer confidence came out strong, so that's what really sold me on the calls. If that consumer confidence came out neutral or weak, I was going to get puts. But the fact it came out strong, I thought the market would bounce a little bit. I didn't think we would go crazy at the 430s or nothing, but I'm thinking at least 423, 424 range. Especially since we opened up at 422.50. So, yeah, I think we're about to keep pushing down, man. May have some kind of... Like I said, I think we're going. I think we're going to have some push-ups. Like that's what I'm saying. I think it's going to have some push-ups, but how high? I don't know. I don't know. Hit them 0 day. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, them calls may bounce back some. You gotta, if you dollar cost average in, when we get back into that Caleb zone range, like I would say like 420, 422, I would be selling at 422, man. 422's been serving as heavy resistance today. But even if we push back up to 422, that would be a nice little push back up to 422. Uh, 423, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Exactly with all this crazy push up the SPY just did from that low it went to, the contract that I sold out of the put is literally the same price. Like how? How? This shit just pushed up almost a whole dollar reversal. How are you the same price? Oh, it just went up 1 cent. It went from 19 to 20 cents. Oh shit. Like, yo, it took $1 move to move this joint 1 penny. That's crazy. Like, if it pushed once, but this is the thing about these stocks. Once they get above a certain level, then they move really fast up. But like, I think this stock is gonna take until we get above 420, like 421.50. If we get above there, then this contract may start like having some real movement behind it. But right now, with that kind of move from where it went down, from where it was down at to where it's at now, I would expect a much bigger change in this contract. Considering how fast it goes down when we start pulling back. And it's crazy because right now it's at 20 cents, right? If we pull back from here, and it's been at 20 cents, even when we took that dip, it went down to like 18 cents. So if we pull back from here from 20 cents, if we go back anywhere near that Caleb zone, it's going to be at 15 cents. And that's how fast it'll drop again. And that's why it's better to play longer out contracts. The shorter contracts, though, that downward volatility is crazy, but the upside volatility is crazy if you timing it right. You know, or you dollar cost average in when it pulls back at the right time before a recovery. I don't like it. Let's see what they're talking about on the news. Nothing. I don't see nothing on the news right here. Alright, well, I think that's going to be my trading for the day. I'm done with the SPY. I'm done trading for the day. I'll wait until the AI play. I'm done. I'm done for the day. I'm going to play that AI earnings play this week, and that's going to be my only other trade for this week. So that's the trade I'm going to go in on. I don't know. I have to look through the contracts first. I'll let you know. I got to see what their contracts look like. I looked at some of the contracts, but I didn't determine which one I want to get. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining and trading with me today. Today was a day we're trading with the SPY, moving in some funky ways. Like, it's just, it pulled back and then it kind of just leveling out in this area. We were hoping for a push up off of this area, but then it pulled down. And now it's sitting around right here. So this is a really choppy day. So I don't want to play with choppy days. You want to trade on days that have decisive movements in prices. So when you get a choppy day like this, this is usually not a good trading day. And this is typically the kind of price action you'll get on a Monday or Friday even to open or close the week. Because a lot of people are doing buying and selling from whatever happened over the weekend or preparing for the weekend if it's Friday. So that's why I don't like trading Mondays or Fridays, and it's for this type of price action. So I broke my own rule today, being that it's Tuesday, but it's a holiday week, so it's technically still Monday. So broke my own rule, suffered from it, took this 30% loss on this SPY call because I got in on it right around here. And it chopped sideways. As it chopped sideways, it was losing value. And then it pulled back right here. And this is where I got out right around here because I saw the pullback happening. I said I'm not going to stay in. We're not showing any rallies that's going to break the previous highs of the day or our opening price of 422.58. So I said, let me get out the calls. It's not a good position to be in. We'll retry this again tomorrow. All right. All right. So tomorrow the play is going to be for AI, this company right here. They got earnings coming up. So we're going to watch them and see what the expectations are. It looks like on all previous bases, they've beaten their earnings before pretty handily. Last time they beat their earnings by 72%. Before that by 30, by 50, by 26. So I anticipate them beating their earnings this time around again. And seeing the benefit from that in combination with it being an AI play. All right, y'all. So I see you tomorrow in the Twitter room. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Culture Shock Investments, Instagram, Culture Shock Investments. Visit our website, sign up for a consultation on there. We do free sessions along with paid sessions. So the free sessions are more so in the Twitter spaces and community environments. But the paid sessions are personal one-on-one consultation I'll give you on how to structure your portfolio. Not everybody's meant to trade, okay? So don't take it as this is what I'm going to have you doing if I consult you, because not everybody's meant to trade. So most people are just investors. So we can help you strategize that here at Culture Shock Investments. Make sure to visit our website. I'll put the link below. Click it and check us out. All right.